Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Monster Devour. Today we're going to be going over my top 5 best classes to use in Search and Destroy Modern Warfare. Now, fair warning, I have like the MP5, the AS Val, and the M4 in their own like separate god tier category. That'll be at the very end of the video if you just want to skip to that, if those are the classes that you happen to want. But I do have 5 really great classes, and with 2 of these classes I actually managed to get some nukes in. So how it's going to go is I'm going to show a couple of clips using the weapon, and then we're going to go over the class setup real fast, and then we're going to move right into the very next weapon right away. So first up, as you guys can see, we are using the SPR, Iron Sight SPR to be exact. This thing is like a complete nightmare, dude. Like, honestly, like you can just hold a lane with it if you want, or if you're accurate, you can be super aggressive with this gun. It's like, it's stupid how fast it zooms in, like with no scope on it, and as long as you have like the other attachments that are all correct as well. The SPR Iron Sight is a complete monster. Honestly, like I'd rather take on an AS Val or a 725 because I feel like I have more of a chance to react at least. So first up, we have the ZLR ASP that increases your aim down sight speed and movement speed by a lot. It's really important that you're using this barrel and not the other barrels because the other barrels make the gun slow. Tactical laser, pretty much we just need that for more aim down sight speed. The stock, this one's really important as well. The XRK SP Light Blitz, sprint to fire speed, and aim down sight speed. That's absolutely huge to have that sprint to fire speed. And if you're using the Iron Sight SPR, you want to use the Sloan KR Feather. This is going to re-chamber your bullets faster so you can get quicker follow-up shots. And the Lapua Mags, this is probably the most important attachment on this gun. It increases the damage range, and the bullet velocity, giving you that one-shot capability every single time. And it is, in fact, what makes this gun super annoying. You can shoot people in the kneecaps sometimes, and they just die to one shot. I don't know what the math on it is, but yeah. And if you want to be like slightly less despicable, take off the feather and then put on a Solo Zero sniper rifle or the variable zoom scope. I've never liked the variable zoom scope too much. Up next, we have the Mini Uzi, guys. So this is a slight variation on how I've been doing my Uzi previously for the past couple months, but I'm loving this variation so much more. If you guys know me, you guys know I love to be off the radar because I'm always trying to go for 20+ kill gameplays every single day. Honestly, every single time I'm in Search and Destroy, I'm trying to get a 20 at least. And this Uzi build I think is going to help me out a lot because normally I've been using an unsilenced Uzi that is just super aggressive, but you know, when you're unsilenced you completely give away your position and then like 10 enemies just converge on you right away, and then unfortunately, you know, you get traded out. But this Uzi class does not have that problem. This is like my new favorite thing to do when I call in a nuke: flex your weapon or inspect your weapon and then like spin around in a circle. I think it looks so cool. I gotta make a thumbnail like that one of these days. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into the class. Tactical Suppressor. So I know a ton of people, pretty much everyone, is probably going to use the Monolithic Suppressor, but honestly, as long as you're using the Carbine Pro barrel, you have enough damage range. If you guys saw those shots, I was killing people from like 40-50 meters away with the exact same time to kill as well. But you got to make sure you're using this barrel, the FSS Carbine Pro. It's going to increase your damage range the most, your bullet velocity the most, and give you a lot of recoil control as well. And the 5MW laser. This one's super important because it's going to be like our only sprint to fire speed increaser. We're not even going to use the ADS increaser either. And like, you honestly just don't need it. As long as you're using the tactical suppressor and not the monolithic suppressor, the gun isn't that heavy. And then the GI Mini Reflex. Honestly, the Uzi has such good range that the Iron Sights just can't match how far the Uzi can kill from. So you want to use a reflex on there. It definitely does help out a ton. And then the .41 AE 32 round mags to increase damage and range. Up next, in my opinion, we have the absolute king of kings. This gun will just world star kids up close unexpectedly, and it has by far like the best sentinel type qualities in a weapon, like in an assault rifle, in my opinion. You guys are gonna see me kill people from 40 to 60 meters super consistently and like 3-4 bullets every single time. It's absolutely insane. I was just going for some aggressive quad clips like this one right here. 2, 3, turn on, world starred, completely world starred this kid. But then I ended up like, I looked down, I was like, oh shit, I'm on an 18, it's time to like retreat and fall back, and then I ended up getting the nuke. But again, that's how just good this class is. I wasn't even meaning to go for a nuke. It just kind of fell in my lap. But right there is a perfect example. That was 59 meters. You guys saw I only shot like 3 or 4 bullets. That guy just got instantly melted. Another 50 meter right there. And then, yeah. I don't even know what to say, guys. This gun is just it's too good. With this specific build, I wish I was using this specific build a long time ago. Before, I was always using like a commando foregrip, or I wasn't even using any underbarrel attachment. And then there was always like a little bit of recoil. But now that I got this Merc foregrip on there, this this setup has absolutely zero recoil, guys. If you guys saw my search and destroy video yesterday, I literally labeled it like negative recoil AMAX, because that's exactly what it feels like. Hopping right into the gun class setup, I actually use a tactical suppressor on this one as well, just because honestly the damage range from the Zodiac barrel is so good. I don't see myself needing extra damage range, and the tactical suppressor is a little bit like lighter weight than the monolithic suppressor, so that helps me be a little bit more aggressive up close, pull my gun up faster, which is what I'm all about. Aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness, I guess, as well. The XRK Zodiac, this is super important because it gives you the nicest iron sights in my opinion, and it increases your damage range like by a ton, bullet velocity by a lot, and your recoil control as well. The 5MW laser, this is important because normally we're always sprinting around the map. You want to be able to have your gun ready to shoot right away, so sprint to fire speed, you get the most from the 5MW laser. Stippled Grip tape, that's going to give us aim down sight speed and more sprint to fire speed, giving us like the highest sprint to fire speed we could possibly have. And then lastly, the Merc foregrip. So this Merc foregrip ends up controlling the recoil like super well, and it has the added bonus of hipfire accuracy. With the 5MW laser, this thing absolutely melts kids with hipfire up close. And then up next, I know there's probably going to be some people that like might want to roast me over this, but the mini growl is so good, guys. I don't know what it is about the mini growl, but it absolutely like melts kids. It's supposed to lose a lot of bullet velocity, but I think that like it doesn't really lose that bullet velocity. As you can see, I'm killing kids with like MP5 timing up close, to be honest. Like my accuracy was a little bad right there. Oh, right there too as well. Don't judge me on that. But with a 50 round clip, you can afford to have like a little bit of shitty accuracy, to be honest. And as you can see, like you guys are gonna see me moving around the map and everything, this mini growl moves so fast. Like honestly, like it really does feel like a submachine gun, and that's why I'm putting it in my top 5s, because it's something that I can use that is not, in fact, you know, an MP5 or an MP7 or an M4 or an ASVAL. Look at that. Look at that. You love to see it. And my man's had an ASVAL too. Get out of here. Or an SPR. Either way, both despicable weapons, not gonna lie, compared to the mini growl at least. And a lot of people might think it like doesn't have really good accuracy, but to be honest, like it gives you recoil control. As long as you're pulling down a little bit, like just trying to control vertical recoil only, you're gonna be able to hit far off shots with this gun. I'm not gonna lie, you should be pretty good. Like past 30 meters, I wouldn't really recommend the engagements because it seems like it takes a lot more bullets to kill a person. But as long as you're within 30 meters, this gun is absolutely beast, and it deserves a lot more love from people. So up first, you really want to have the monolithic suppressor on there because it is going to increase the damage range, and that's really important. Then we got the ZLR Drifter A8 barrel, aim down sight speed, movement speed, and recoil control. This is what makes the mini growl, you know, the mini growl. Otherwise, if you put on any of the other barrels, it's just going to be like a real assault rifle. The 5MW laser to increase hipfire accuracy and sprint to fire speed. The XRK Void 2, essentially stippled grip tape, aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. And then I really like the 50 round mag. I think that the 60 is a little bit eccentric. The 50 ends up being like just perfect, just about right. 60 feels a little bit too heavy. And lastly, we got the MP7, guys. Old, reliable. I decided to hop into some 4v4 livestock just to change up the scenery a little bit. And as you guys can see, we are using the old, reliable, the MP7, guys. If you do happen to have the lightning bolt variant on your MP7, make sure you got that bad boy equipped, because honestly, it makes getting like kills and even missing shots like 10 times more enjoyable. It's just like you're just shooting constant Chidoris all over the place. I'm honestly Sasuke. Like, it is what it is. Sasuke. Boom. And then what can I say, man? Like, I'm sure you guys all know and love the MP7 already. It's super satisfying to use. If you do happen to use automatic tactical sprint, which if you're not, I would highly recommend that you make the switch to it. I'll put up a settings video in a little white bar right now, or around this area, if you guys want to check out my settings and copy that. If you're not using automatic tactical sprint, like I'm telling you right now, it takes like 10 minutes to get used to it, and then you're going to be more than 10% better instantly. It's going to help your movement out so much. You're going to be faster on the map, and you're going to be anticipating gunfights so much better and faster. Like it just makes everything better. everyone should always be on automatic tactical sprint. Like if we're being like dead ass about it. Oh my god, get off me, get off me, get off me. Is that guy using a Dragunov? That's crazy. 41 kills in a 4v4. I'll take it. I give all credit to the MP7 though. And then here's my MP7 class, guys. Monolithic suppressor. It is really important to use the monolithic because it increases that damage range. With that same thought process, the FSS recon increases damage range the most as well, recoil control and bullet velocity as well. The no stock to increase movement speed and aim down sight speed. It's the only ADS speed increaser that we need. Like, I honestly just try to get used to the 60 round mags, that way you have more bullets, but the 50 is good too. The 40 with sleight of hand is good as well. And then, like I said, the Merc Foregrip to control that recoil and keep that hip fire spread really tight. The AS Val, like I'm not encouraging people to go out and use the AS Val, but if you are getting AS Val and it's kind of like your only like fight back, then just got to make sure you're using the VLK 200mm OSA, because that barrel gives this gun the fastest time to kill in the entire game. So just make sure you're using that barrel. The MP5 setup that I've dropped like so many nukes with already, so many 20 bombs with already, like it doesn't even need any introduction. This is on the screen right now. And then my favorite, absolute favorite M4 class setup. This is probably like the easiest class setup to nuke with, if I'm being dead honest. Hope you guys enjoyed everything.